welcome to Tucker Does Yoga. It is Tucker and Emma, and we are here to do a back stretching sequence today on this sunny, wonderful day. So Tucker is going to start us off with some cat-cow stretches. We're going to be starting in a tabletop, keeping your back straight and just rotating at your shoulders with every inhale, rising the chest up, and every exhale, bringing your chin to chest. And inhaling, bringing the chin up, keeping your tailbone straight, and exhale, chin to chest. Inhale up, exhale, chin to chest. Next, we're going to go onto our seat to get into a Dandasana staff pose. So rooting down through your sit bones. My feet are holding Tucker's head up right now. Rooting down through your feet and bringing your knees up so that your thighs engage, keeping the back nice and straight, shoulders back and away from the ears, and just allowing your spine to be held up by the rest of your body. Breathing deeply here. Extend the arms up and just put the arms just slightly behind you for a really slight back bend, just to get the back warmed up. We're going to be working up to do some more back bends. Tucker loves doing yoga with me. So now we're going to move back onto our knees and go up for our first downward facing dog posture. I'm going to try to get into it with Tucker here. Sending the hips up and back to make a nice triangle posture, rooting down through your hands and through your feet, keeping your head between your biceps. And I am going to keep petting Tucker because that is the most important job of a yogi. Breathing deeply here. And on your next exhale, just slowly walk your hands to the front of your mat and come up for a mountain pose. We're going to take a quick Tucker break, just for Tucker to get all of his pets in, because we wouldn't want him to be deprived. So from here, we're going to go into a tree pose. Your right foot over your right knee. I always like to stretch with Tucker. Hi. And just keeping your right knee over your right ankle just to protect that knee, and your hips square to the front. Extend those arms up and bring your feet together. On your next inhale, you move around, Tucker, for this. On your next inhale, bringing your right foot to right shin or to right thigh, whatever feels most balanced for you. Keeping your hips nice and square. I'm going to use Tucker for balance. And extending your right knee out. On your next inhale, extend your arms up, or I'm going to pet my dog. Hi. It's really hard to do balance postures when you have a 110-pound dog leaning against your leg, let me tell you. So breathing deeply here. On your next exhale, just slowly bring your feet to the floor and bring your right foot to the front of your mat, bringing your left knee over left ankle, your left leg back, squaring your hips. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, just allowing yourself to really feel this posture. And on your next exhale, heel toe your feet back together and take your left foot to either your shin or to your thigh. We just want to avoid the knee area because we don't want to put any pressure on the joint. So I'm going to keep mine at my calf because I have a dog leaning against me and I can't balance me and him. So taking a deep breath here, making sure that your hips are nice and square, shoulders back and away from the ears, and giving your dog all of the love that you can. He deserves it. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Tucker just pushed me over with his butt. So from here, we're gonna go into dancer's pose. So again, bringing our right knee above our right ankle. So this was a warm up to what we're gonna go into, which is dancer's pose. So I'm gonna bring my left foot a little bit closer than what I usually do in lunge. And I'm just gonna kick my foot up to my butt. I'm just gonna hold here. I don't know why I chose to do balance postures with Tucker. It's a bad idea. So taking a breath here and just allowing yourself to get rooted into your right foot. Imagining roots growing from your foot into the earth. And on your next exhale, just kicking your foot back. So my upper body stays nice and straight, nice and long. I'm using my spare hand to pet Tucker so that he doesn't feel neglected. And my hips are square to the front. So this is a really, really good back stretch that will help us get into some more back bends later on in our practice. Tucker's ears are so soft. Seriously, if you could feel them, they're like velvet. It's amazing. And breathing deeply, slowly let your left foot go back into a lunge. And breathe. Tucker's favorite is butt scratches. That's why he loves when I do lunge positions, because his butt fits perfectly where my hands are. So on your next exhale, just turning your feet towards the front of the room. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, folding forward for a wide-legged forward fold. Just allowing your whole body to rest. And on your next exhale, slowly rise up, pointing your left foot towards the front, rooting down through your left foot and just bringing your right foot a little bit closer than what you usually would have in lunge. And kicking your right foot up to your buttocks and catching your right ankle with your right hand. And then on your next inhale, when your hips are nice and square, just slightly kicking back with your right foot and centering through your left leg. Hi, Tucker. Breathing deeply. So this practice started because I couldn't find Tucker and he was just hanging out in my yoga room. He was just lying on my mat waiting for me to come in. So I decided we would do a balancing postures so that we would remember to keep a balanced life. And on your next exhale, slowly lower down and don't fall like I did. Hi, Tucker. It's super hard to do these with a dog. I just want you all to appreciate this. And on your next exhale, we're gonna go down to the ground for Cobra. And you might not be able to see me because Tucker is literally standing in front of me. But on your inhale, rising up with your chest and holding. So my thumbs are under my shoulders and I'm doing full Cobra. Baby Cobra is down here where my elbows are still on the ground. But I really want to get a nice back stretch so that when we get into our back bends, my shoulders are prepared. So I'm just coming down from the Cobra position here. So you can see my feet are still hip width apart and I'm rooted down through the tops of my feet. And I'm just gonna slowly lower down to go into locust. And Tucker is joining me on the ground. So on my inhale, I'm gonna put the tops of my hands to my buttocks, and on my inhale, I'm gonna bring my right hand to my left foot up, and on my exhale, send them back down. And on my next inhale, I'm gonna bring my right hand and left foot up. Oh, Tucker just put his head on my lap. My gosh. And slowly lower down on my next exhale. And now my next inhale, I'm gonna bring both my hands and my feet up. And Tucker just punched me in the armpit. And lowering back down, bringing my ear to the floor. Tucker and I are just having a moment, staring into each other's eyes. No big deal. So breathing deeply, I'm gonna bring my hands underneath my shoulders and slowly push up into a tabletop position to prepare for camel. So I'm gonna come up onto my knees. If you have any knee issues, just either fold your mat over or put a blanket under your knees for some extra support. And I'm gonna put my hands, the tops of my hands, just against my buttocks, and breathe deeply, bringing my shoulders together so my elbows aren't out like this. My shoulders are back together. And on my exhale, I'm slowly gonna lower myself down and bring my hands to the backs of my feet. And just breathing here. And I'm just gonna let my head hang heavy and breathe. So your toes can either be curled or your feet flat on the floor, whatever is best for your body. All of our bodies are different, so it's whatever is best for yours. And on your next exhale, slowly bring your hands back to your lower back and slowly come up. Taking a deep breath in, bring your arms up and overhead for a slight back bend and fold forward. So another big stretch back for a back bend and bringing your body forward, staying on your knees. Sitting your buttocks back to your knees. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the floor of Tucker Does Yoga. We're gonna get ready to do bridge posture and then wheel. And Tucker is already in Shavasana. He is just ready. So I'm gonna bring, oh my gosh. I'm gonna bring myself to cuddle my dog just for a second because he's too precious. He's too precious. This is why I love doing yoga, because it's actually just me cuddling with my dog, and then sometimes I stretch. I'm going to plant my feet to the floor and lower myself down on my elbows. And my feet should be hip width apart, but they aren't because Tucker's on my mat, so I don't have room. I'm gonna plant my hands firmly on the ground. And on my first inhale, I'm just gonna bring my hips up without clenching my buttocks, and I'm going to bring my shoulder blades together. Breathing deeply here. You probably can't see me, but that's honestly okay because you're looking at Tucker and that view does not lie. And on your next exhale, you can slowly lower down. So if wheel is in your practice, you can bring your hands to your shoulders so that your fingers are facing your shoulders, elbows close together. And on your inhale, bringing your body up, either resting on your head or not. Today I'm gonna rest on my head. And on your next exhale, slowly lowering down for our final resting posture of Shavasana that Tucker is already in. So we're gonna start. We're actually gonna do a spinal twist, not Shavasana, just kidding. Because we did so much back work, it's good to get a final stretch of our spine. So I'm going to plant my feet once again, bring my hips a few inches to the right, bring my knees up, and then let my hips fall over onto Tucker's body. And let my shoulders just fall heavy to the ground. Having so much gratitude for my back, for holding me up with dignity and respect my whole life. On your next exhale, bringing your knees back up to center, planting them on the ground and bringing your hips back to center. Taking a breath here, bringing those hips a few inches to the left now, bringing those hips up to 90 degrees and just letting your knees fold over to the right. So my feet are now on tucker, keeping those shoulder blades planted to the ground and just breathing deeply from your belly, ribs, and chest, and from your chest, ribs, and belly. I love doing yoga with tucker because yoga can be really serious and people take it really seriously, and tucker doesn't take anything seriously. Look at him. He's just lying on the freaking ground. He loves his life. So he reminds me not to take yoga too seriously or get caught up in those like Instagram yoga videos where people are like waking up in a headstand. What is that? So on your next exhale, slowly bring your knees to center, plant your feet firmly to the ground, and then bring your hips back to center. And we're just gonna hug your knees in just for a second. Just for a second, Tucker. Extend those legs up and down for our final resting posture of Shavasana, where I am gonna cuddle Tucker in a very non-yogic pose, but a very therapeutic pose, let me tell you. Take a deep breath in. Your breath is so important. Tucker came to work with me today, and he had such an important day where he got to be with people who were hurting, and he got to be with them. So I need to take really good care of Tucker so that he doesn't take those things on, because he's a sensitive little boy, as you can see. So precious, so lovely. Take a deep breath in. And remember how not to take life too seriously. How to look at life like Tucker would look at life. As one big adventure. Gallop through snow, to seize new opportunities, to be with people. To not take yoga too seriously. If you wake up and you do a child's pose, you did yoga. If you wake up and you go into Shavasana, you just did yoga. Remember, it's okay to laugh when you do yoga. Tucker and I do it all the time. Sometimes he farts in yoga. Sometimes I fart in yoga. It's all okay. Thanks for sticking around for Tucker Does Yoga. He did it. He did yoga.